I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, it's a holiday weekend, or it's the middle of the night, and you're not feeling well. You don't need a hospital, but you do need medical advice, fast. What do? Well, there's an app for that. It's called Aluteb, the most convenient way of getting a doctor's consultation right at your home. And we're delighted to have the man behind Aluteb as our guest today here on Spotlight, Mohammed Fawad Al-Jamal. Mohammed, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you for having me, Logan, and thank you for the fantastic introduction. That was
My
really impressive.
pleasure. I am very enthusiastic about this app because I think it's needed. It fills a void in people's medical care. Tell the folks at home basically what Aluteb is all about.
For sure. I'd like to start with the name because I think the name is not going to be like a generic name. Aluteb, alo in slang Arabic, it's the traditional way of saying hello. So usually people, when they answer the phone, they say alo instead of hello. And tib in Arabic means medicine. So basically Aluteb is hello medicine. Aluteb is a startup based here in the United Arab Emirates. It was co-founded by myself and Dr. Mohammed Abdul Nabi. He's a licensed physician in a specialty in dermatology. Aluteb is a telemedicine. It's a telemedicine tech company with the main aim of providing reliable and
accessible, right? That's a big part of it. Accessible medical care.
Accessible, yes.
Absolutely. And it's available on the App Store on Apple. It's also available on Google Play. You can download it. And it seems like it's a very user-friendly app.
Correct. Aluteb is a very user-friendly. That's one of the main advantages and the perks we've been working on it for the past 2 years. And through its easiness of accessibility for it and how user-friendly it is. Actually, Aluteb, it is the only licensed and certified telemedicine multi-specialty application here in the United Arab Emirates. It got licensed by the Department of Health. We're providing 30 plus medical specialties on the app itself. The main aim of Aluteb is to provide an inclusive turnkey solution to the health industry. So basically, we're trying to provide the industry with the solution for what we feel there's a gap in the market in it.
Absolutely. And it also integrates with other health apps, which is important.
Correct, yes.
So the doctor, when he's talking to you via your phone, can actually see your data to see what your latest echocardiogram looked like, what your latest EKG looked like, might have a detailed report on your CT scan. That's vital.
Correct. If your heart rate is increased, decreased, and gives you push notifications to provide you, and all of that can be integrated and provided as well in the application.
Exactly. If I have a reading of AFib, now I can share that with the doctor immediately, and he or she can take a look at it and say, this is a normal pattern for you. This is something that needs to be seen. This will need more follow-up testing. So like you said, the potential is limitless.
Correct. The potential is limitless. And, with my engineering background as well, we focused on the sustainability aspect of it, because if you think about it, taking the environment into consideration, a lot of the governments right now, I know the Department of Health here in the United Arab Emirates are pushing because they have set goals. For example, here in UAE, I'm sure other countries as well are focusing on sustainability, maintaining the environment, having a better future for everybody. And the Department of Health here right now has a goal by 2030 to drop their carbon emission by 20%, and they have zero emission by 2050. So that's their goal. And I think that Aluteb and telemedicine and telehealth as well will go hand in hand in doing that, because you just can imagine how much of time is wasted waiting in line in hospitals. Aluteb's potential is so vast that I believe that it doesn't just it affects the whole health industry. It doesn't just affect the patients as well, because if you think about it, Aluteb can be integrated into hospitals, into even governments as well, because we can provide perfect, or I wouldn't say perfect because perfection is very hard to achieve. I would say that we provide reliable, up to the bar, with top of the line policies and codes to people who need it in the rural areas that they don't have access to medication. It can be a vital tool because, if certain areas or certain countries with lower income as well, that they need some specific specialist that is not available there. Telemedicine can bridge this gap between the doctor, the patient, and it can, with Alloteb, with the diagnostic tools, with the integration of the video call and the straight to the point interaction between, because it's all encrypted. It's a two-way encryption system, so everything is confidential as well. So every information used on Alloteb is secured.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it's an amazing advance, that's for sure. You're based right now in UAE, the United Arab Emirates,
correct.
But this app is actually available around the globe right now, correct?
Correct. The United Arab Emirates is the startup. They provided all the facilities for us and the services for us to start up because we had the concerns of which one is the best place for us to do. And with the facilities provided here in the United Arab Emirates, we felt that this is the best place for us to be able to freely push with the licensing and everything, because the Department of Health was majorly expedited the whole process, because a lot of the things the policies that we're trying to implement we're kind of the pioneers in certain criteria, because we're trying to push the limit of what's known for like telemedicine and telecommunication and telehealth. We're trying to do a lot of, you have to go and jump through a lot of hoops when it comes to like cybersecurity and what kind of this one. So we're trying to interact with top of the line companies like telecommunications provided by Zoom, AWS is providing the server protection and so on. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to push the limit and to provide patients with reliable medical consultation from certified and licensed medical professionals.
Absolutely. Well, you were doing that, you were succeeding. Even if you need a note for your employer or for school, Alloteb can provide that as well. And think back to just a year or two ago, nobody wanted to go to the doctor's office because you were afraid of what you'd be exposed to. Now, at the convenience of your telephone, in the comfort of your own home, you can get in touch with a doctor, one of 30 specialists who can help you, who can have access to your health records because of the integrated apps that work with Alloteb. This is a game changer when it comes to modern medicine and how it's practiced. Mohammed Fawad Al-Jamal, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. And to the folks at home, I'm looking.